wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing. Keep your words naked. You got me blushing.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have recreated my own look. I recently posted a photo of this eyeshadow look on Instagram, so I decided to recreate this look for you, and I do hope that you guys can follow along. You find it really easy, quite simple. I didn't want to make it too confusing for you guys, so I tried to simplify the steps that I did, and I'm really happy that it turned out very, very decent. So if you guys wanted to see how I got this Princess Fiona, Shrek, Ninja Turtle, what else is there? Green Machine, Hulk eyeshadow look, then please keep on watching. Starting today's look off, I'm going to be using my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm just going to place this all over my lid. Working with any colours, it's always best to prep your lids properly so you can get the best pigment and colour payoff. I'm working this under my brow bone to the inner corner of my tear duct and outer corner all the way down to my lash line. And then just buffing that out so it's nice and blended. And I'm just using buffing motions for this. I'm not swirling it around because I don't want to move the product anywhere. I just want to keep it where I placed it. So this is going to help also cut out discoloration, block out those eyeball veins that we all have. So it's going to help the process of piling on shadows a little bit easier for us. Next step is to set the base. So I'm taking a translucent powder. Mine is from Mercier, and this one is just the translucent loose setting powder. I'm taking my MAC 224 and I'm just dipping in a little bit and just hitting off the excess. So just lightly setting so our eyes don't crease and it's smoother for our shadows to go on top after. And again, you can see that I'm just using patting motions rather than swiping. So I just want to ensure that it's going to be placed down evenly. Taking my Anastacio Beverly Hills Single Shadow in Orange Soda. I'm taking my MAC 224 once again, and I'm just using a little bit of this. And I'm just blending that into my crease, just to give a little hint of colour. This is a perfect shade for a transition because it's not going to be too deep or too powerful. It's just going to be really nice to blend other shadows on top. This is the fun part where we get to play with all the colour. So I'm taking my Urban Decay Full Spectrum eyeshadow palette. This is a vault of colour. It is gorgeous. So these are all of the shades within the palette. I'm sticking to more blue, greens and yellows with this look in particular. So I did fluke my first attempt at this because I've never played with colour so much before. I've never really touched this palette because it was quite intimidating. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try and play with some greens, and I just had to go because the green here is what inspired me to create a look. So I'm just hoping that it turns out just as good as the first time, if not maybe better. But I was very, very happy with how it turned out. Anyway, we'll get to the eyeshadow now. I'm taking CREASE, which is this beautiful shade here. It's a very coral orangey based shadow. And with this, I'm just taking my Anastasia brush. It's the dual ended. This one was in my self-made palette. I'm pretty sure these brushes are in all of the palettes. But I'm just taking a little bit on my brush and just working that into my crease, just acting as a very light transition. So not taking it too high, just high enough so it's just above our crease. Oh, this color is everything. So this is the part where you start to unroll what you're going to be doing. So if you don't use these colors, you can use any colors. I did the same technique with a different look, which I will be filming again because I loved it. And I had so many compliments on my eyeshadows, which I was like, taking my Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease. I'm taking Hatter, which is this gorgeous green, and I'm going to pack. So starting in my outer corner, this pigment is serious. Oh, I should have used less product. I'm just going to wiggle that from outer corner into my crease, but not going higher than my crease. So I'm keeping it quite low. and then bring it all the way into my inner corner. And then I'm just packing and patting the further in I get to my lid. And then taking my Anastasia brush, I'm just barely touching the brush on my eye. And I'm just working in circular motions just to evenly blend that out so it has a nice little gradient. So now it's a bit muted. I'm going to go in with a little bit of product and just slowly start to build on this. And I find that just tapping first where you want the product to go exactly is just really helpful, because then you can just blend it afterwards and it's easier just to go in with less product too. That way there's less room for error. And I'm tilting my head back as well, as you can see, so I'm at a really weird angle in the camera, but I've got my mirror just here. So I'm sort of just looking down, squinting at the bottom of my eye. That way my eyes aren't going to be too folded or hooded. I lift my brow up and I'm just looking from underneath. And then taking my Anastasia brush again, using the fluffy side only with this tutorial. I'm taking the yellow here, which is called Calavera, and I'm just lightly tilting the tip onto my eye bone. So it's just above the socket, and I'm just layering a very, very, very light layer of the yellow and very gently just blending that out. So I'm going to build on that yellow as well, but I'm just doing baby steps. Working my way up towards the front of my brow and then just flicking across. So this is just faded into that corally orange shade that we first started with. Taking my MAC 224, I'm just lightly blending those together now. I should probably do my other eye before I continue. Taking my Sigma E45 small tapered blending brush. Using Metamorphosis, which is this gorgeous blue. I'm focusing this in the inner half of my eye. Not using too much, but just to give a different tone to the look. Just working that in. So going all the way down to my tear duct and then bringing it up and around. And just keeping that in my crease. Taking my Anastasia brush and I'm just lightly working those shades together. I'm just packing on Hadda, which is that green, and just really intensifying the shades that we've used. So the next step to this look is to cut the crease. So we're not going to fully cut the crease, we're just going to cut it about 2/3 of the way, keeping the greens and the colors we've used on the outer corner, but not going above the crease. So I'm taking my soft ochre paint pot once again that we use as a base. We're just going to keep it very tight. So doing it no further than that. Sorry, look at this. I feel like an alien right now. So I use 2 different shades from the palette. One going in the center of the eye, placed like a halo, and the other in the inner third. For the center halo part, I'm taking Mean, which is this green shade, so pretty. And for this as well, I'm using my finger because I'm really wanting to pack and ensure that there is a lot of pigment with this. Just smoothly transitions from one shade to the next, which is when we're going to blend afterwards. But to really get the pigment and boom, I'm just going to take it with my finger. My fingy. What? So that is Mean. I'm just going to press this on. It doesn't matter if you go off the soft ochre that you've laid down, because we're just going to blend that out. Be sure just to keep this shade though in the center of the lid. Don't go too far over because that's where Gold Mine's going to go. Next, I'm going to take Gold Mine, which is this really nice pale yellow gold, and that's going to go in my inner third, so closest to my inner corner. I'm sort of pressing and pulling just so there's not going to be any fallout. So it's slowly coming together. Taking my Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease. This is the brush we use the green on. I'm going to use no additional product and then just blend the crease just so the shades are nice and tight, so they're not sort of escaping. And then where we stopped with the soft ochre, there is going to be a little bit of texture, or I wouldn't call it texture, a bump. So you really want to ensure that that's going to be blended out. So that's where you can take more color and then fill and then repack that green. So taking Hatter, I'm going back in and just blending from the outer portion, sweeping in gently, just so we're not going to disrupt that mean shade we've put in the center. Okay, look how it is so far. I'm just going to pack a little bit more of mean in the center of the lid just to make it pop a bit more, and then we'll reblend so then it's nice and seamless. So now this is how the eyes are looking. We are wanting to do a bit of cleaning up. So pretty messy, blended, but still cute. Taking a cotton round and my Perricone MD Blue Plasma, I'm just going to clean up the outer corner just to make it a little bit more straight and chiseled. So the next step is quite fun. Taking my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Midnight Cowboy Heavy Metal Liner. I'm going to be painting this in my inner third of my eye crease. So, I've never done this on my channel before actually. I'm going to be picking up my mirror because I need to literally have it very close. Not probably that close, but close enough. And I'm tipping my head back, looking down, and I'm just going where our crease is, or where that green is starting and where the golden line or the yellow is ending. So like that. And then I'm stopping about halfway with the middle shade, so the green mean shade. I'm just stopping where that is. Just to give a little bit of something. So now the glitter liner has dried, we can now move to our next step. So I was a bit torn because I didn't know if I wanted to use the same heavy metal liner on the outer part and do like a nice little wing, or sort of a border around the whole entire eye. And then I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just use black liner. But then I was thinking, would a black wing be too much for the look? So I decided to keep the black liner just to the lash line and keep it very, very thin. That way, when I put my lashes on, the band's more invisible and it just looks a bit more tied together, a bit more done up, not too messy. So that's what we're going to be doing. Taking my Rimmel London Glam Eyes liquid liner, I'm keeping this very, very, very thin, very natural to my lashes. That way it just gives a little bit of something, nothing more. I'm going to fill my tight line as well, just because it makes your lashes look a bit more full. You can't see that skin peeking through once your lashes are coated with mascara and they're lifting up a bit more. So, using my Marc Jacobs highliner in black, I'm just going to run this from outer to inner corner. So I'm going to jump off camera now and do my base. I'll do everything but blush and highlight and lips, just because this is more of a eye focused look and I didn't want to do foundation beforehand just in case I did mess it up. So I'll be back to complete the eyes and lips and glow my life away. So back in a second. So my base and bronzer is now on. I haven't, well, technically I have highlighted, but I haven't highlighted. So I'm going to finish off the eyes now, and I'm going to just work with my lower lash line mascara and lashes. So taking my Zoeva 226 smudger brush, I'm starting off with CREASE, which is that peach shade, just under my lash line, and I'm just running this all the way across. And then Hatter, which is that really bright green, I'm just working that as close to my lash line as I can. And I'm just doing this in patting motions just to place the product carefully. And I'm going in about 2/3 of the way. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the blue, which is Metamorphosis, and just blend that into the green in the outer third. And just blending that out. And I'm just taking Gold Mine for the inner third. Taking my MAC Studio Chromographic Pencil in NC15 NW20. I'm just working that in my waterline just to make my eyes appear wider. Taking my Maybelline Lash Sensational just to coat my top and bottom lashes. So just lightly coating. I'll be right back. I'm just going to glue on my falsies and I'm going to put on my brows. So lashes and brows are now on, and I'm wearing Ardell Wispies, and they are definitely one of my favorites. These are so nice, and you can really bulk them up as well when you pack mascara on too, so they look a bit thicker because they are quite thin and natural but very long. They're beautiful, and I feel like these lashes suit this look as well because they aren't too much of a full drama lash, so you can still see what's going on behind the wispy lashes, but it's love it. So now I'm gonna highlight my face, and I've not used this highlighter in quite a while. I've only recently picked it up because I found that it is no longer a limited edition, which is so exciting because it is one of my favorite highlights. I'm talking about my MAC O Darling. This is the most beautiful beaming light pale yellow gold. Oh. I'm gonna take my Anastacio A23 highlighting brush, Fix Plus on that bad boy. This is so beautiful. I used to always mix this with Champagne Pop and it would just give me the most beaming highlight of my life. I miss doing that. I will definitely be doing that soon. Okay. So I'm just going the highest points of my face as per usual. You guys should know where I highlight now. Hit that nose and the nostril. Taking my Zoeva 234 Luxe Smoky Shader Brush. Just going to highlight under my brow bone. And then just hitting that dip and the nostrils. It's hard not to laugh, but still try to highlight my nostrils. And then just hit that Cupid's bow a little bit more. And I'm going to place some in my inner corner. I'm going to take my Heavy Metal liner again and just use a few specks of the glitter for the inner corner, just so it has a bit more of a glow. Taking my Orgasm blush by NARS, just placing a little bit of the blush just to tie together the highlight and bronzer a little bit. I just always dust the rest just all over. And for the lips, we don't want to take away anything from the eyes because they are so out there. So, taking my favourite lip gloss at the moment, it's the Tarte's Glossy Lip Paint from Tarte, and this is in the shade Hella. It's a white nude and it's just super light, but it just looks so pretty. And to finish the lips off, I'm taking my Jouer lip topper in Skinny Dip. Oh, I love the scent of these. They smell so cool. And I'm just going to... Can we just talk about this? Can we just talk about it? I'm just placing it in the center of my lips. And it'd be rude of me not to. Taking my Touche Dewy Skin Mist, I'm going to give myself only a little spray. I'm not going to go crazy like I did last time. I actually didn't realize with my previous video how many times I actually used this. It was really, really bad. So I'm just going to... 4 is enough. And maybe some Fix Plus as well. I'm actually not joking. It was the sad part. So this is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. It is definitely something very different from what I've done previously, but stay tuned because I've got a lot more creative ideas coming this way. If you did decide to recreate this look, then please tag me if you're posting on Instagram. I'll put my little handle somewhere on the screen for you guys. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. If you guys have any ideas for any colors, any looks you want me to create, please let me know as well down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. See you later, bye.